All right, we're in an 8260R with a 1775 NT ExactEmerge planner behind us, and we are going to set up our Connect Mobile app today on the iPad and make that connection with the wireless data server on the planner. So we're going to start by hitting the main menu button, and we're going to go into our applications and down to our ISOBus VT. Okay, I've been in here, I selected the wireless data server from the menu, but you may have to hit the menu button. It might default to your receiver because that was the last thing you came and looked at on the ISOBus. But this is where we're at, wireless data server. And from here, this is your main page, gives you some status. We have to set this up, it's brand new. Hit the setup button. You'll see your wireless network name. Let's not mess with that. Let's keep that the same. That's the serial number of the server. And then under password settings, our first step will be to create a password. We're not going to be able to create this network until we have a password set. I'm going to back out one step. I'm going to use the last 6 of the WDS, try to keep this simple for everybody. It's 026681. Guess what? That's not going to work. I need 8 characters. I'm going to use WDS 026681. Okay, that is now set. Make sure you're giving it any sort of unique name, we write that down. I'm just trying to keep it simple and use a portion of the serial number for that password. Now that that is done, we're going to move over to our iPad. Up here, I am in the, kind of show you where you're at in your iPad. I'm in the settings icon on a iPad here, and I have clicked on the Wi-Fi. And now that we set up that password, our WDS is now communicating. So my Wi-Fi is on, and I'm currently on a network here at the store. And down here you can see your other networks that are available. And of course there's our WDS and our serial number of our server. I'm going to go ahead and touch that. And it's going to ask me for that password. Remember, we just set that up. So it was a big W, DS 026681. Going to go ahead and hit join down here. Give this a little minute to sync up. This is where I don't hold my breath just in case, but it looks like it did connect. Maybe on the first try. It's telling me no internet connection is available. Pause. Okay, we're back on our tractor with our 1775 NT with Connect Mobile, and we've taken the iPad out of the cab and put it on a good Wi-Fi connection for a little while so we could have the Operations Center account sync up with the app. And we've gone ahead and connected the server with our Wi-Fi here on the iPad. But if you come down and look at the 4640 monitor here, our server still says a status of not activated. So typically we have to make that connection, either update software or it's going to push that it is an active WDS from their Operations Center account. That's why we put it the iPad itself on a good connection for a while to sync up with the customer's Op Center account. So we'll go back to the iPad now to resolve this. We are connected to the server. Oops. Siri wants to talk to me. There we go. We're going to open up the app again here for Connect Mobile. Go into planting. And right away, a little bit different message now. Update your WDS software. So I believe after we update this, we're going to go ahead and accept that. That's going to run. This message talks about the wireless data server. Make sure your operation matches your machine's function. Yeah, so we're using wireless data for servers in planters. That makes complete sense. We are in planting. and we're going to go ahead and let this software run and update. So we have completed with downloading the software that came over the app from the Operations Center. Once that's complete, the next message it gives us is wondering whether we want to accept it to update. So now we're actually going to install it on the WDS. So we have this prompt on the iPad. And we also see the same kind of similar message down here on the 4640. I'm going to start with the iPad and hit next. And go ahead and hit accept. I'm going to hit accept down here as well and see if this stuff will run. Sorry to leave you hanging there, but it did go ahead and gave me a communication error on the 4640, which is kind of normal when we reprogram controllers. And I went through very quickly here, and my software version is very different. It was a 0.411 before. Now I'm on 1.591.2, and my subscription status is now activated. This system should be connected, and that is the status we see when we go back to the main screen. Connected, availability to record data, and able to record. So this is a all systems go, good to go screen. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick rundown of what we see on the Connect Mobile app, the sidebar on the right-hand side. Now that we've got a good connection with the WDS and everything is active. So we were in this menu before, and just kind of signs that everything is healthy. We have a connection with the WDS. When it is healthy, these dots will move between the WDS indicator and the iPad indicator. Okay, we do not have a cellular connection on right now, so we're not shooting the data to the cloud. Not necessary. We can always just do that. We can do that later when we get on a Wi-Fi connection. But we have identified our operation as planting when we logged into the app. It is synced up with the customer's My John Deere Operations Center. As we move on down under data management, these are some of the things that we can set up as far as how data flows back to the Ops Center. And we've got it set to automatically update when it gets on Wi-Fi only. That way it's not going to suck up a lot of cellular data. And then field review gives us some information once we're done planting to look at. And I probably need to pop back here to data source. This is important. This is also how you know and confirm that your WDS is connected, because you'll get the serial number in here as well as its software version. You'll see the settings button pop up when you open your app, more than likely, asking whether or not you do want to try to send your data back to the Operations Center or not. You can always opt out of that if you just want to keep it on the app. We have a help and an about. That's going to give you the version of the software on the Connect Mobile. I would say every year, make sure you go out to the App Store and download new versions if they are available. And lastly, we got some just hot links to Operator's Manual, JD Parts, dealer locators. If you want to understand John Deere's privacy and data statement, all those are just hot links, basically back to John Deere websites. Okay, this is the Connect Mobile home screen, and I just wanted to walk through some of the things that we see here. So it sees our location. We're sitting at the dealership today. You kind of zoom in and see our simulated planter and tractor sitting there. This is like your map layer button over here. You have some options here to add flags or show boundaries. If you want to pan two maps side by side once you get going, that's what the split screen is for, and it lets you pick out which layer you want on either side. And then, of course, this is your find location, and if you wanted to drop a flag, that's what happens down here. Over on the side is all your layers, right? All the things that we're documenting. So we've got a singulation map, population, actual versus target. We've got a spacing map, downforce, actually in pounds that we're applying versus the load or the gauge wheel margin. If you toggle this button, you can do some fine tuning of the gauge wheel system underneath this planter quality manager. You also have a ground contact option here. You can look at your ride quality and as well as your ground speed and variety. So those are all the layers you get with a planting map. I'm going to come back to this gauge wheel margin to talk about that in a minute. Lastly, I just want to go over some resources that we have right from the app. So we've got the help menu up here. I know everybody hates hitting the help button, but they are getting more and more user friendly. One thing that I'd like to call out is, depending on what your trouble is, you can click on this. As long as you have internet connection, it'll bring up some options here. There's a whole YouTube video series on Connect Mobile on how to do different things. If you would click on that with internet connection, it would link you over to that video and you could watch a quick video.